Speaker number 3 of day 2 of Quantum Soul Guidance Summit is Sylvia Stelton. Her chosen topic is a path of self-love, the single-born twin, and how Galactic Astrology guides it. As a naturopathic therapist, Sylvia gained a lot of experience and insights about how the body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit work together. For 25 years, she gathered experience in being a massage therapist and an Usui Reiki healer. And when Sylvia got certified as a Quantum Soul Guidance Practitioner in June 2022, these insights expanded more with the knowledge and meaning of Galactic Astrology. What we see and find in the stars, we can see and find in our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. On a personal level, her insights about herself took also a huge flight. Intensively working with her guides and Shadow Hunter, she discovered that she was a part of a single-born quadruplet. Due to serving a few hundred Quantum Soul Guidance clients and previously gained knowledge, she was guided to start her own research about being a part of a single-born twin. The research is still ongoing, and the results are by far amazing. Sylvia's wishes to empower whoever is struggling with this topic in life, because there is no need to suffer when you resonate with this topic. On the contrary, every soul who is a part of single-born twin is extraordinary. Feelings of guilt, struggling with self-love, to feeling alone in this world, or seemingly fighting against everything and everyone are just the stepping stones toward your uniqueness and your authenticity. Being a part of a single-born twin, you are really offering something special to the world and our universe, and we will explore this together in Sylvia's presentation today. Take it away, Sylvia.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I hope so. Thank you, Julia, for my introduction. And also, I want to thank you for making this opportunity real to give us a chance to talk about our favorite presentation or topic. And the reason why I chose this topic, because it is a long forgotten topic. And I discovered recently that it is not well acknowledged, only for one or maybe two countries in the whole world. And one of them is the country Austria. And for the rest, I think and I believe most of the souls are struggling with this topic. So my topic or presentation is all about the single-born twin. And in this presentation, I first want to talk about what it is. What is a single-born twin? And there are several types of it. And how can you identify that you are a part of a single-born twin? Because it is not only one or two markers that can identify you as a single-born twin, but it is a whole range of different markers together. And also what very important is the message that you have as a soul, as a human from within. And that is very important. Then I want to talk about a little bit about the difference between a twin flame and a single-born twin. It looks the same, but it isn't. Then I want to share my own experience, why I came to this topic and what it had done so far for me in my life. And also the connection to the galactic astrology, because there are two constellations that are really a profound marker for being a part of a single-born twin. So, okay, let's start. What is a single-born twin? Well, it is all about having a feeling from within, feeling lost, feeling that you're having a lot of anxiety, a feeling that you are much comfortable in the presence of animals. And when in your daily life or in your family a pet has died, this is so overwhelming for you, and it takes a lot of time, maybe weeks or even months, to come over that feeling, to gain your daily life, and to grieve about your pet, because it is a very important part of you. Also, it is mostly, they are very high sensitive persons, so they are feeling overwhelming in daily life in general. That's the point. And they might have feelings from a lot of guilt, feeling lost. They are always looking for answers. They have 1,001 questions. They are looking for answers in daily life, everywhere, and they cannot find that answer. So they keep on struggling with that. A very big topic is when you are giving a dinner party, you always buy too many groceries that you think, I have to feed the whole army. And so much food is left over. Feelings of loneliness in daily life, not taking the responsibility in your work area, feeling or doing more jobs that are not that much with responsibility that you have to take. What is also a very big issue is that they don't want to stand on the stage. No, I just want to stand behind the curtains, not in the spotlight, so that everyone can see me. And maybe it could be that you, when you were a child, that you had a lot of imaginary friends. And maybe this could be that parents are thinking, oh my God, my child, what is wrong with my child? She is telling and asking and playing as if there were so many people around them. Yes, there are. It could be a part of their single-born siblings. But it is not a struggle for the parents that they have to think, oh my God, there is something wrong with my child. No, absolutely not. It is rather a blessing. What is also a very hot spot is that they always have trouble in grounding themselves. They are really want to be in the higher air, connecting with star seeds, their star family, and etc., but don't want to take part in this earthly life. But yeah, guess again, we are here on this earth, and we are here in a body, and we're bound to earthly gravitational things. So yeah, so we have to live that earthly life. And they love being in nature, maybe working or having a job in nature. That is very soothing for them, very reassuring for them, and it is very comforting for them. And again, it is not always said that you have all resonation with all the things that I mentioned now. But again, there are more markers, and we'll see in this presentation what the rest of the markers also are. There are a few different types of being a single-born twin, and I name especially twin between those two thingies, because you can speak from a twin, you can speak from a triplet, it's 3 souls together, you can speak from a quadruplet, 4 souls together, and you can speak from even more souls together. So quintuplet, 6 souls together, 7 souls together, and even more. But for the convenience, I'll talk about a single-born twin. What is a single-born twin exactly? Well, you have the moment of conception. A woman and a man comes together, they're making love, the conception is taking place, and when they are lucky, the womb starting to prepare and to that I can grow new a human being, new life. But when you are a part of a single born twin, before you go into that womb and you are together with some other souls in your group who want to have that experience as a single born twin, you have a meeting in front. And then it is accomplished or talked about who is going to be born. So being actually the single born twin, and who is paving the road, paving the path, that the really single born twin, the human that is going to be born, has everything in their backpack. And it can be that the other souls, maybe, let's take, for example, a single born quadruplet. Well, one is going to be born, and 3 of them are the siblings of that one human. As they had the meeting in front, they already talked about, okay, you and he or she is going to pave the road, and he or she is going actually to be born. And when he is getting born or she is getting born, she is actually going through that door that we forget everything. That's very important. And in the moment that those souls, those siblings, are leaving the womb, and in other words, it also can be talked about the womb loss. It's another word to express or explain the single born twin. But in that moment, as the soul is going through the birth canal and coming into this hard, cold world, and everything has to start breathing by its own, growing, taking part of life, and etc., and etc. The mission of that single born twin is very, very big. And in that time, when you are here on earthly time, you have to start remembering what it is to love yourself, remembering what it is to make contact again with your siblings, remembering what it is being on that path, unconditional, in unconditional love. That is also very important. And the whole scala of emotions is passing your front door, where you can learn from it as you grow along, as you go along in your life. And some souls, when it's not in their mission, they even don't remember it, and that's okay. And maybe they are left behind with the feeling inside of feeling lost, having so many questions, feeling more connected to animals than instead of humans, having a very hard issue with loving themselves or trusting themselves or even believing in themselves. That is okay. That is really okay. But when it's in your soul mission and you are really struggling with that, and as I discovered in my research, sadly, not every psychologist or therapist is known with this topic. So when a person is really struggling with this, it can control their whole life. And they can, or they develop maybe some fears. And those fears can also control their life. And what about all the other things that they are not showing or not coming into their own uniqueness, into their own authenticity, that can be a struggle. And believe me, I struggled almost my whole life with self-love, with not believing in myself, with not trusting in myself. I didn't want to stand on the stage in the spotlights. And yet today, here I am speaking for the whole world. So I hope to give with this presentation that I might be able to inspire some of you, that it is able to come into your uniqueness, to step into the spotlight and do your thing. It is possible. So the moment that a single-born twin is born, he or her life is going on. And your siblings are always guiding you, are always giving you some little nudges from, okay, try this, or they inspire you, or they give you some gems on the way, in the hope that you can pick it up and that you can find a way back to your group. But let's go on. What is the difference between a twin flame and a single-born twin? It looks the same, but there are very huge differences. First of all, a twin flame, let's start with that. You have a soul that is maybe embodying in life the perfectly divine masculine energy. And it needs to get some perfect divine feminine energy. And then you meet another soul who is embodying that, and you think, oh my God, wow, he or she has that particular thing that I need for myself, that I need to embody it. And you can't see a twin flame as being on the very first part on the path of self-love. As you start walking in the street, maybe at the beginning of the street, so you can see that as an example where a twin flame is on that particular moment, at the beginning of the street of the path of self-love. And it is that awareness that a twin flame has to embody, has to learn, to get that awareness from, hey, okay, this is me, and I need some more energy, some different energy that I have to learn in life, in maybe in my work or in relations to other people, who knows. And that other person, that other half of you, has the same feeling. And it is that they are combining those two energies and living so much more lives to gain that sort of energy, to complete that in themselves and also in the other half. And then they are able to go on the path of a single-born twin. And yes, it is all about unconditional love. It is all about the universal love. Yes, that is correct. But a twin flame is not exactly, but you may say the beginning of the stage of a single-born twin. And when you have a single-born twin, they are a part of a group. 2 people together, 2 souls together, 3 souls together, 4 souls together, 5, 6, 7, and even more. But that little group of souls together, they already know how to embody that masculine, that divine masculine energy and that divine masculine feminine, that divine feminine energy. They know how to balance those two energies within each other. And being a part of a single born twin is that you or your soul is remembering the path of self-love, your own uniqueness, your own authenticity. And that is why there is a first difference between a twin flame and a single born twin. And another big difference is a twin flame does occupy two separate wombs, and a single born twin just one womb. That is also a big difference. Yes, there are a lot of markers visible, what you can find, what's when you go searching in the traditional astrology. Yes, but it is not the time here, and I will not discuss the astrological markers because I do not have that much time, but it is input or information for another podcast. I want to go on or move along to my experience and what it did for me when I discovered that I was a part of a single born twin or quadruplet. Well, everyone has in life their moments that you are studying yourself, that you are asking yourself questions. Why this? Why do I react in a way? And why is it that this or that is blocking me? Well, those moments I had a lot in my life. So when I was in need of getting my answers, I booked a consult with a therapist that I trusted, and I think it was 10, maybe 12 years ago, I booked a consult with a shaman. I heard from a very good friends of mine that they also had a consult with him and that he was good and that he did his job good. And I thought, okay, maybe that is something for me. I go to him and I went to our appointment, got in his room or in his office, and then he told me some things that I thought, oh my God, partly I can accomplish, I can confirm, but the other part, I don't know. So I told him, yes, please humor me and tell me what you see. I do have these questions and please, I need your help. So therefore I am here. Well, I got my answers and I was lucky that I could record that that talk that we had. And then he told me that if I was aware of the knowledge which is always guiding me. And I thought, no, I'm just coming into this topic and discovering things. And he told me that there was a grandmother with me, an angel, a dog, and there was also a Native American guy, a professor, and a healer who was carrying a big basket with different herbs. I thought, okay, my grandmother, I can confirm. The dog, I also can confirm. The angel, yes, that's also what I could confirm because in that time I was working a lot with some angel energy. So that was very clear for me. But those other three energies, two male and one female, I couldn't do anything with it. So I parked it. I left it, I think, just on the side. And I went on with my life. I took the answers that he gave me with me to home, and I did my work and went on with my life as life goes on. And then a few years ago, I got a very beautiful opportunity to start with the whole Quantum Soul Guidance course with Julia. And in no time, I had worked through all the courses that Julia offered. So it was like a roller coaster and a train. And it was very interesting material for me. And also I thought, this is something what I already know. This is what I like. Wow. I was so amazed and also a little bit overwhelmed by it. But I did my study. I finished the course. I passed or graduate. And in June 22, I became certified as a Quantum Soul Guidance Practitioner. And then for me, the whole experience took a huge flight. Many customers came to me, asked me if they could book a reading with me, and that was really amazing. All the experience that I learned there, that I could gather the information, that I could bring all the things that I learned in the course of Julia into the soul reading and receive downloads, and could offer my customers the answers that they were looking for. And also I built my own library of knowledge and of things that I experienced, and that was very important. I also had, in that time, was beginning, so the end of 22 and the beginning of 23, that I was invited for a few podcasts as a speaker, and that was really amazing. I gained a lot of experience also, and that was with a particular lady who is from Austria, and she is very known with this topic. And she told me also that I was a part of a single-born twin. I didn't know at that moment what it meant. So I went back in, did some studying, and then when I looked into my own galactic astrology alignments, doors opened. It was so amazing. And then I began to see it is just like as if you are looking to something, and then you see in your mind's eye appearing some light bulbs, or you see the things on, hey, this is connecting with that together, and this is connecting with this together. So that was really amazing what I experienced in that time. So for me, it was sure I am a part of a single-born quadruplet. And then I remembered that talk or the consult that I had with the shaman. So go back to that consult. He told me there were two male energies, one Native American guy and one professor. And there was one female energy, a healer with a basket with several herbs in it. And those were or are my three siblings. And in that moment, it was for me coming home. It was really amazing. Until that time, I was struggling with self-love, struggling with not believing in myself, struggling with not trusting in myself. And I always had in my back of my mind, everything is a fight. I am constantly fighting with people, fighting with the world, the feeling that you have. And the moment that I discovered I was part of a single-born twin, amazing. And I thought, wow, it gave me so much joy, but also peace. Peace in my heart, peace here within me. Amazing. Wow. And then I discovered in the Galactic Astrology, of course, before I went and took all the information from all the customers, before I went back in, I did my own Galactic Astrology overview. And there I discovered 2 constellations. And I thought, okay, it could be that they might be a marker for being a single-born twin. So I went back and I took all the information that I built my own library of experiences and knowledge and etc. And there was the moment that I found, with all the other Galactic Astrology overviews from my customers, the same alignments with those 2 constellations. And maybe now you think, what are those 2 constellations? Well, first of all, it is the constellation of Cassiopeia with the star Shadir. And in my work as a QSG practitioner, I see what a star is representing. You can find it back in the characteristics of a human. It is so simple. As above, so below. And Cassiopeia is all about developing your inner beauty, aka self-love, self-worthiness. Are you able to love yourself? Are you able to trust yourself? If you cannot trust yourself, how are you able to love yourself? If you don't believe in yourself, you also cannot love yourself. So for me, it was a big aha moment. And Shadir is also representing your own uniqueness. And being a single-born twin, one of your responsibilities is to tap in your own uniqueness and know that you are not alone. You are guided by your siblings. And also, Shadir is telling us that you can, when you are embodying that self-love, when you can embody and bring out that one-of-a-kind uniqueness, what is you, that you can inspire other people. And maybe with your charm or your presentation, how you look, how you speak, how you flow in your daily life, often it can be an inspiring moment for someone else. The other constellation that could be a marker for being a single-born twin is the constellation Aquila with the star Altair. This star is representing the eagle, and an eagle is standing for freedom, connection, but not only the connection what you have to the outer world, but also the connection what you have with yourself. And it is also the path of ego. Yes, ego we must develop in the first 7 years when we are a child. When we cannot accomplish that, then we have, or maybe we can experience some trouble in life. So it is very important that you can develop a healthy ego. But when ego is taking too much control in your life or in your thinking or in your how you are, then you can fall into feelings of guilt, or maybe even worse, being that you are feeling like a victim, or even much worse, being a martyr. It doesn't have to be. Everyone has feelings of guilt, yes, but they they won't, or it is not necessarily that they are overruling you. Yes, feelings of guilt does a single born twin have. Why? Because we are the ones that went through the birth canal. Why me? Why is it that I had to be born, had to come in this world and not my siblings? Because I left my siblings behind. Why me? Why is it? So that feeling of guilt can develop in your whole life. But you don't have to struggle with that. Remember that your soul, before the conception of you, did meet with your other siblings, and there was pointed out who was doing which role or playing which role in the womb and who was going to be born. So it is on the way, establishing a healthy ego. And when you're having a healthy ego, then you are also able to love yourself, because it is a part. It goes one hand in the other hand. And you need to establish a healthy ego, because when you are having a healthy ego, you can establish healthy boundaries. You can say, no, that's not for me, so I'm not taking a part in that situation, or what else. You can say no. And saying no is also a very big part, or could be a struggling for a single born twin. When you are seeing, or when you are having in front of you your Galactic Astrology overview, and you see their connection with either the constellation Cassiopeia or the constellation Aquila, or maybe both, look to the astrological houses they are connecting with, because that will be the playground where your uniqueness, your developing of inner beauty, self-love, will take place. Or when you have a connection with the constellation Altair, or Aquila, with the star Altair, look for the connection with the astrological houses, because they will be the playground where those two topics will act in your life. Yeah. The next thing is a soul reading. Julia already designed in her course how you can do a proper soul reading. That is very helpful. And for a single born twin, I developed some extra nudges in it. So if you are resonating, and that is very important, everything what I said today in this presentation, there could be a marker for. It doesn't mean that you are exactly 100% a part of a single born twin. when you are having alignments with the constellation Cassiopeia, constellation Aquila, and when you resonate with all the things, and there are many, many more markers for being a single-born twin, that can be a possibility. I do not say for 100%, but there is a possibility. The only thing that it makes for 100% is your story here within your heart. If you're resonating with my information for 100%, then you are really a part of a single-born twin. Because a single-born twin has 1,001 questions in their life, and they cannot find the answer to it. They are always looking for their answers everywhere. And it is the story within that when it resonates for 100%, for even 1,000%, then you are a part of a single-born twin. And a soul reading could provide you with the answers on what you have, or the questions what you have, and maybe much more information. And as I'm looking to the time, Julia, I am ready with this is my presentation, and if you have questions, please ask. Under this presentation, you will find my website and also a link to my link tree. And also on my presentation is built in a way that you can find text in several languages. The Dutch language, which is my native language, also the English language and the German language. So if you have questions, you are always welcome. And I hope to see you soon.
That was brilliant. Sylvia, thank you so much. The comment section is really lively. There are people who are in very similar situations, and there's a ton of questions there for you. But I'm conscious of time, and we have a next speaker lined up. So I invite you to stay behind and engage with our amazing community. And just thank you so much for bringing this important topic out into public, and I hope more conversations will continue on your YouTube channel as more people are magnetized to you, as it seems to be your beautiful mission and such a important niche. So just such an honor to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julia, for having me.
Much love. All right, so I'll play a little countdown and introduce our next speaker.
Bye.
All right, here we go.